السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء. رب اجعل هذا البلد آمنا واجنبني وبني أن نعبد الأصنام. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to the discussion today. We have been studying the human being's most severe, unbearable reality of this world and their suffering because of the transient nature of the creation in this world. Although we have been discussing a lot about it, the creation of the world is perfect, but as far as human feelings are concerned, they are not really satisfying human expectations, our expectations. That is the main subject of the section we are reading today. And we came here to study what the author is saying. Shall I make it a bit larger? Would you like? Do you think it's better?
Good for me.
Good for you. Okay, maybe one more. Okay. I think we will have it in this way. All right. Okay. A fruit of the black mulberry. Most probably, what does it mean, this mulberry, the black mulberry? I mean, taking the example of this tree, seeing its fruits and making it as a reflection, as a means of reflection of the reality of the existence. And that is what he concluded. That's what I understood it, but it doesn't have to be in this way, but it seems to be. It seems to be. So we have to look at the creation and see what they are telling us. Of course, we have to understand that the principle of the author is always discuss the matter taking 3 points. We keep repeating this because it's very important. Keeping in mind the 3 elements of reality. One is what the universe is all about, what all human beings, and of course, especially their feelings are all about, and what the claim of the prophet saying that we received, or I received the message from the creator of the universe. It is not my idea at all. That is what he is giving you a guidance as a mercy to help you to solve your problem in interacting with the universe and yourself, and also seeing the signs in the universe and trying to interpret them, what they mean for you. And try to digest it within your human feelings. I see Radwa is here, but are you available, Radwa, you told me you won't be available to really introduce the subject.
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay, I understand you could make it just to listen because I know you told me the atmosphere you are in is not convenient to conduct the subject or present it. So the old side spoke this with the tongue of the new side under the blessed mulberry tree. Yeah, this is not directly related to our subject, what old side he means, what new side he means, but he will explain further. Old side was the man of scholar. It's a great scholar, very respected scholar, but later on he changed his way of speaking to people. And then now he's using with the mind of the old scholar, scholar Said is the author, the name of author Said. But of course he will say, look, I'm going to make my heart speak to you, which really mostly represents new Said in his life. Under the blessed mulberry tree, it means, again, really, as we guessed, he was staying under this tree and reflecting on its creation, and then what he concluded as a result of his reflection. So this following line is not really directly related to our subject, but it is historically significant for those people who lived in this history. The one I am addressing isn't Ziya Pasha. It is those enamored of Europe, the Europe admirers. I'm speaking to the Western civilization admirers. What does it mean? Why Western civilization? Of course, it is a symbolic language conveying that West represents an understanding of existence without referring to its creator and benefiting from the guidance of the creator. That is what it represents. It doesn't mean that it has to be in Europe, nowhere else, or it has to be in the West, not in the East. We know that East and West is used symbolically. Western culture, civilizations, Eastern culture somehow has different color in their understanding of existence. The one speaking is not my soul. I mean, I'm not really speaking in a political sense, in a sense that I'm going to speak to you in order to prove my knowledge. So my soul represents egocentric understanding. It is my heart that his heart is speaking in the name of the students of the Quran. Now I'm going to speak to you as a student of the Quran, what those people think about the reality of this existence, this universe, as they take notice of what the Quran is suggesting. It doesn't mean that they imitate the Quran, never, but they take it as one explanation of the universe, and philosophical explanation of the universe. It means without taking the guidance from the creator of the universe, trying to interpret the universe. So that is, he says, I am speaking as a student of the Quran. I mean, in this respect, representing the idea of the students of the Quran as much as I can benefit from the Quran, what the author is saying as much as I understood. So let's go. The previous words are all truth. We are reading the 17th word, and all the previous 16 words, it means first word, second word, the sections, previous sections of this book, it means are all truth. Okay. What he says, they are all truth. Let's see. Beware, don't lose course. I mean, don't deviate in your thinking. Don't exceed their bonds. Now, in the previous sections, and the author has somehow discussed about the reality or how reasonable belief in God, belief in the hereafter, etc., are, and then don't deviate from it. He's reminding us don't go beyond their limits. Keep in mind what we have been discussing and demonstrate, and I have demonstrated to you. That's what he said. That's what I understood. So if you have anything, you can interrupt me anytime, really. Anything to say, to share, question, whatever. Don't hesitate. Just interrupt me. Don't heed the ideas of Europe and deviate, or they will make you regret it. Now, that is, it is an advice. Don't heed the Europe, ideas of Europe. We may say that, no, I don't hate, but it is the reality that we have been educated and really immersed in the idea of Western civilization. It means not heeding God's guidance. Everything, especially education, it's really, we are all aware of it, I hope. They will make you regret it. Why? If you follow them, you will regret. Why? Because you will find yourself in trouble, not solving your problems. Keep complaining, not finding any solution for it, suffering from meaninglessness, hopelessness, despair, and unsatisfied life, not fully satisfied. We will remember, I don't know whether we discussed this matter or not. People's, this is important, we have to keep in mind all the time. What is this? I found it very interesting for myself, and also solving many questions that the people ask. Religious people, and especially the followers of the Quran, students of the Quran, very confidently claim that if you don't believe in God, in the hereafter, in the message of God, etc., if you feel that you don't need your Creator's guidance in order to understand your reality, if you claim that, your life will be miserable. That is what we have been saying here too. Your life will be miserable. But we look at the people who don't believe in God, even reject religion, even insult religious people and religion in general, especially in theoretically, they don't seem to be suffering. I don't know whether we discussed this matter. Why they don't seem to be suffering? So, do you think the claim of the Quran is wrong, that if you don't believe, you will suffer a unbearable torture within yourself in this world as well as in the hereafter? Of course, if someone does not experience the pain of disbelief, the pleasure of belief in God and in the other pillars of belief, if someone doesn't experience it, he won't be satisfied with the news that, apart from, of course, imitatively accepting it, that he will be given paradise in the hereafter, where after I die. And if he doesn't believe in God, he will suffer really unbearable torture, pain in the hereafter, in hell. And he says that is what the promise of the Creator we hear from the religious sources. But if he hasn't experienced it within himself, he cannot be convinced that this news is really true. It must be true. And I confirm it because I'm experiencing the signs of it here in this world. So, we have to bear in mind that we have to experience the pain and the pleasure in belief, pain in denial of the Creator. So when we see that the people who are denying are not really miserable in their apparent or in their appearance in this life, they enjoy it. Maybe they seem to be happier than the believers. And not all the believers are happy with their life. They have many sufferings and complaints as well. The reason for the believers, why they suffer, lack of their understanding of the reality, and just taking religion lightly as a way of life, custom of their family background, community background, and follow it. But they are not really aware of the reality of the message, what the message is giving to him, and how him or her, how he is supposed to benefit from it. That is understandable if you don't know exactly what you are doing. When you follow a culture, you don't benefit from the news, good news from it. But if you just blindly follow a culture which doesn't believe, you find yourself in it, because there is no alternative in your hand. If somebody insists on denying the religion, those people who don't say anything, but just they follow their culture, are not really included in this category. Deliberately denying people. Of course, those people who follow the culture just blindly, they have to suffer, but not they are not aware of what they are doing. So they are not aware of their sufferings. They are not aware of their happiness as well. they have very short-sighted view of the world. They have some expectations. I have to have this, I have to get this job, etc. If they have it, they are happy. If they don't have it, they get disappointed. But those people who think what the reality of their life, what the reality of the world, this existence here, and they take the denial, rejection side of it, or don't think of any solution for it, just keep suffering from it because of despair. Now, this category, now, because of despair, they keep suffering. They don't know why, but the others, they don't seem to be suffering, but they are denying explicitly the message of the Quran. How come then they really feel happy with their idea, although they are conscious of their denial? This is the problem, the question I keep receiving from many people. I mean, those Muslims whose expectations are not met in this world, they say, you know, I'm losing my faith. It is very shaky. My faith is very shaky because the Quran says, if you believe in God, you will be happy in your life. You will enjoy your life. If you don't, you will suffer. But I believe in God. Many young people, students, mostly thinking people, I believe in God and I still suffer. And my friends in the school, at work, whatever, they don't believe in God. They say, what is religion? Don't be comic, man. Yeah, be serious. Don't just follow the ignorant people. They don't know what's going on in the world. That's why they seek refuge with the religion. So don't be like them. They are happy, enjoying their life because they don't really know what they are doing. But of course, it seems to be like this. That's true. What is our answer? Now, I have been reflecting on it so far. If you have an answer, please go ahead. But if you don't open your mic, and I will continue what I have concluded. If someone defines himself as a body, human being means a living body. We call it animated creation. It means not animated, an animal creation, or not. Some people are inanimate, some creatures are inanimate, some creatures are animate. So I am an animate person, creature. Fine. So I don't really see that my feelings are innate within myself. I have obtained it from others of the society, and they indoctrinated me with it, and it seems to be they have some reality. No, it is just obtained. They have no reality. Reject it. Ignore it. Now, if someone loses his most precious, valuable property, maybe money or whatever, bank account is stolen completely, no way to get back. But he's not aware of it. He's not aware that his bank account is emptied by these people, You know them. They are very expert on this kind of things. They work on it all day. He doesn't know. Does he feel happy? Still, that my life is guaranteed. So I have such and such amount of money, and if I need anything, I can get it, no problem, because of his understanding that this life is limited within the conditions of this world only. But he doesn't know what he has lost. When he realized, it is very brightly described in the Quran, in many places, when they realized that they lost their property or the money, their bank is empty, zero balance. How do they feel? Exactly, it is described in many, many places of the Quran in various ways. They will be bewildered, repentant, unexpectedly, and then start begging that, please, please, let me go back, I'll follow prophetic messages. This is what Quran apparently speaks in this way, but this is the description of the person who has neglected his reality, that he doesn't have any feelings. When he dies, everything will be non-existent, and he won't feel anything at all because it doesn't exist. He or she it doesn't exist anymore. What is he going to suffer, he thinks, because death is the end of animate life. Is that true? Yeah, to a certain extent, death is the end of animate body. That's correct. But the main question is, am I the body, an animate being, or am I a human being, which makes me human, this humanity side of human beings has enormous capacity of feelings, and there is no way for a materialist understanding approach that I am just a body to explain the existence of these feelings, although they claim, apparently in a reasonable way, saying that they are influenced under the subconscious of human beings by the outward indoctrinations. It means some ignorant people made up the story of God and religion, and you will be taken into account. We will be recreated after you die. There is no sign for it. They take it for superficial, so superficially that they deny, but they ignore one point. Even the quality, which is all the senses, which are under the indoctrination of the outside ideologies or understandings, how do you explain this source of the feeling, the source of existence of the feeling that is under the influence of other cultures, outside cultures, customs? They don't question their feelings. Is that really realistic? We have to look at ourselves. Can I define myself as a body or not? Not as a believing person or religious person at all, just a human being. No, I have many feelings, many, endless feelings that I am living with. Everything, simple ones is love, fear, expectations, desires, worries, anxieties, reasoning, intellectual capacities, hopes, well, a lot. I mean, many things. You like to see the things look beautiful in a harmonious way, the same color of everything in the house. We want to buy a second-hand carpet from somebody. He got a very good carpet, actually, very good carpet. And he said, oh, I want to get rid of it, and it's so precious. I paid so much amount of money in my visit of the Eastern countries, and they are expensive, handmade carpet. And my wife found out that it is not matching the color of the other furnitures. And she kept complaining, I have to sell it. We bought it. It's excellent. Very cheap, very cheap. I know the quality of this carpet and the price of this carpet as much as my previous experience in the living or coming from a Middle Eastern country. So it is commonly known. It is not anything special. So, and we bought it. I was surprised. The quality of the carpet that you cannot find in the US. No, there is no such production, handmade. And the quality is the best possible in the US. And because of just this harmony, as much as this person sees, according to her or his or her understanding, she is not satisfied with it. Look at this. Not only we are expected to get satisfaction from many other things, but the color harmony of the furniture in our house matters us a lot. How can we deny this? Even the person who claims that it is just external influence on me, still he or she lives with their human qualities. They deny it. After you deny it, you lose your money in the account, in your deposit account, whatever, in your account. But you indoctrinate yourself that you are not aware what you are denying. You reduce yourself to an animal being. Can the animals entertain their life, their existence with pleasure? Look at the birds. Every animal tries to escape death, any threat to their life. Why? They are happy. They enjoy, they sing. I mean, the plants are really pleasant looking when they are alive. In the spring, the flowers blossom, etc. We see that every creature is happy with its existence. Only human beings may have trouble. But if we deny my reality, I will entertain myself as if I have an account in the bank and full of money. I will continue. When I die, I will realize I have lost it. Gone. Now it is too late. Until I die, I can entertain my life as an animal until I die. That is what we see, that they are happy, denying the reality of their human capacities. That's why they cannot accept the reality that they are human beings, because if it doesn't mean that this person says my reasoning capacity doesn't exist. No, they don't define themselves. That's what we have to understand. They don't define themselves as a human being and confine their life to a very limited entertainment pleasure of their bodily pleasure. But they are in full contradiction. In their life, they claim to be nice people, taking care of others. They are trying to help them, to save them from being a slave of false ideas of religion. If you ask them, they may claim that, sincerely they may claim that after defining themselves as animals, they are helping people not to be under the influence of these false ideas, free themselves from other considerations, God, or I don't know where it is, and the hereafter. But I'm trying to free them, entertain their life as long as they are given existence in this world. They don't question why they prefer entertainment, why they like entertaining their life. Where did they get these feelings? Nothing is questioned, because they cheat themselves by denying their reality. That is what I found an explanation why those people who deny, even the challenge the believers, saying that, look, if your God is going to destroy me, I am denying him. I don't believe in him. Let him destroy me. They speak with a challenging language like this. Of course, God is not going to change his plan. He will be an example for me and you and me, and he will say, look, this man is waiting for God's destruction, but he has already distracted their, corrupted, destroyed their humans' capacity while they are living in this world. They live as an animal. By definition, although practically they don't. That's what I found as an answer. I don't know whether it makes sense to you or not, but so far, it sounds as if it solves the problem of this question. The people, especially believers, keep making comparison between unbelievers and believers and finding out that the believers are apparently very happy, but unbelievers are happy, but believers may not be, some of them. Of course, some of them may be happy, but they may not realize, because they don't know that those people who are happy in their existence, satisfied with God, they are not going to explain or exclaim that I am happy, I am happy. No, they will experience it within themselves. So unbelievers also, when something happens, unexpected death, the news, they shake, they don't show it, they try to hide it, but as a human being, hearing a news that, look, there is something going on in the internet, people's money are stolen. Most of the people understood their money has been taken away. Hey, it may be you as well. You see how his face changes. Why? He has lost his hope. What we have to do, we should not make a false comparison as far as defining human beings are concerned. We have to be aware of it, saying that, look, I am not an animal. My body may be subject to something according to the order of this universe. That is what we have been studying. This universe is transient, and I know this is just an exhibition hall, and I am here to see what the creator of the universe is presenting to me and how he presents himself to me, introduces himself to me. I have to concentrate on it, but it doesn't mean that if I believe in God, the order of the universe will start working for me in a different way as far as my bodily existence is concerned, my animal life is concerned. No, it doesn't mean that a believer will never get a cancer disease, but only the non-believers. There is no such order. The order is so clear, saying that, look, this is my order. So another important point that I would like to share with you, although I am going deviating from the main subject, but somewhat related, because if we don't solve this problem, all the things that we are reading here will not make any sense. What the Quran says, if you don't believe in God and insist, I will put a stamp on it and you will never turn back. And the people keep asking the question. If God put a stamp on it means really completely sealed off my heart to function, my feelings to function, to find out the reality. Okay, what shall I do now? Okay, that is correct. If God puts a stamp on your heart, you cannot do anything. You're creator. So didn't give you the ability to come to realize the reality. But is it the case? No. One of the things that the Muslim community misunderstand, those people who don't really know what the Quran is teaching, when they read the Quran literally, they found lots of things really doesn't match to my human life. We have to understand the nature of the Quran, really. The nature of the Quran is the Creator is speaking to me in order, I think this point is very important, in order to let me know how the order of the universe works according to the will of the Creator. Let's understand this. It tells me that the Quran, the Creator of the universe, doesn't change the order. But at the same time, the whole order is in his hand. It means he controls it. Now, be careful. The Quran says, look, I am going to tell you what the reality of this universe is and how you are going to deal with the reality of this universe. I am going to show you the best way to take. It is up to you. I gave you free will. You are free to choose. Now you should choose this way or another way, opposite way. I am going to show you both of them This one is wrong for you. This one is right for you. If you follow the right one, you will entertain in your humanity, human feelings, the pleasure of having a creator, protector, guide, merciful one, just one, etc. You will realize it. You will explain yourself in terms of your creator. If you don't, you will be miserable. You will find yourself in trouble. Now, when the verse comes, says that, look, those people who disbelieve, whether you tell them or not, they will not believe. I will put a stamp on them. What does it mean? In my order of the universe, you will find this reality functioning. Beware of it. If somebody keeps doing something right or something wrong, of course, we can easily understand that. If somebody studies, he keeps learning. That's the order of the universe. And his knowledge capacity increases. As much as he studies, he learns. If someone never studies, he will never learn. That's the reality of this world. So, as long as this person doesn't change his intention, at the age of 60, he decided to restart for his education. Can he not learn anything? Yes, he can, but not like a young person, but he can. This is the order of the universe. If someone, as long as he continues not learning, to not learn, will he ever know anything? No. It is obvious. That is the stamp. In the order of the universe, this reality is included. God is letting me know beforehand, before going into this direction, be careful, take notice of the reality that my way of treating you, you will find yourself locked, sealed off, finished. You will never get any favor from me as long as you don't turn to me and get to know me. Free yourself from conditioning yourself. Or be open. Question. You say that you are just an animate being who lives in this world until he dies, and then he dies. When he dies, he won't feel anything because he will be in non-existence. Okay. Is there any way in this universe to imagine non-existence? Is there anything in this world, as they claim, nothing can be, what is the expression? Nothing can be destroyed from existence, but changing position. That is how they say the natural law. They say the way, they say natural law, we say this is how the universe works. You cannot really send anything into non-existence. Why? They change the position. Oh, yes, the trees die, but they don't go into non-existence. They go and their body integrates, disintegrates, and become a compost in the universe. They cannot go into non-existence because the universe has been created in such a way that nothing can be destroyed, which exists, but they keep changing. Nothing can be added to the universe which didn't exist before. Impossible. What we do? Combinations. Use the already existing material. although the materialist philosophy claims this, what the Quran says, if God wants, as he did created this universe, he can create anything because he must be the absolute one. That is what we have been always emphasizing on the importance of absoluteness of the creator in these discussions. We have to bear in mind that the Quran lets me know how the creator of the universe deals with human beings and lets me know beforehand, guides me, if you go this way, you will find this. Ask your feelings. Is it something desirable according to your human capacity? Yes, everybody wants to have the best, to have infinite satisfaction. That's what my reality is. But I may say, no, there is no satisfaction at all. Then I won't be in expectations. Quran says, no, you are wrong. You are contradicting yourself. That is how I created you. I'm letting you know what you are free to choose or deny, to accept it or deny. You are free. That's my law. So that's my principle in the order of this universe. And I promise that I'm not going to change the order of the universe. This very famous, repeated words in the Quran. وَلَن تَجِدَ لِسُنَّةِ اللَّهِ تَبْدِيلًا. You will never find any change in the way that the things are created, the order of the universe, sunnatullah, the way it is created. If you go to other way, which I definitely deter you from doing that, and which is against your nature, human nature, you will find yourself in trouble. But you are free. You condition yourself. You may condition yourself saying that I'm not a human being. I am a kind of animal. Yeah, they call it different qualities. Again, they have to do it a reasonable, reasoning animal, speaking animal, economical animal, whatever. They find out any kind of adjectives to it, but still animal. But really, human feelings, we have to notice it is different from life. Life is subject to the body, physical existence. Life is not subject to human feelings. That's what the point may miss out from our attention. Life is not subject to feelings. It is subject to body. So why God is the one the Quran describes, he is the life giver, yes, your body is alive or other living beings are alive. The source of their life is the creator of the universe. That is how he arranged this order. But he says, the Quran says, I created your spirit from my creator. It means directly existing as I willed it to be. That's it. I created it. It is not subject to change. It is not subject to get extinguished or die. To die, no. That is why the Quran says the spirit, which has enormous amount of feelings, have infinite capacities to be satisfied. That is why, that is how you can understand that the creator of your body, your life, your spirit, your human feelings, all of them is absolute one, is an absolute one, and only through this unlimited human capacity, spirit, soul, whatever you call it, you can understand that the source of their existence must be an infinite one. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the concept of infinite, absolute, but I know I have the concept of absolute, but there is no absolute in this world, in the universe. But I have the capacity to really comprehend it. We have to pay attention to these points in order to understand the value of the Quran. When I read the Quran, I should say that, I shouldn't say. The Quran is describing hereafter, paradise, hell. I don't know what it is, but be careful. Be careful. Quran describes paradise and hell and permanent life in the hereafter, next creation with the existent body with life, living body, so that the soul will operate through it. That is what the Quran gives the news. But all the descriptions of paradise and hell are given with examples of this world. That the human beings are really, I really want this, I really want this, but the Quran gives the news multiplied by infinite. If only. But that is your reality, desires for it. The one who gave it to you, it is a promise, he must fulfill it. Got the point. Inshallah, I mean, I don't know whether I am really able to explain it, but if you have any questions concerned, just let me know. So we have to understand that the Quran is telling me this in terms of my witnessing in this world, but saying, according to the capacity of your feelings, I will give it to you as the one who created your feelings with this capacity. That is why we have to be very careful while we are reading the Quran. All the explanations are given to me in the Quran in terms of this word, so that he is telling me what this word is pointing to me, that you can use this word as evidence to the truthfulness of my promise in my speech. Do you got it? And nothing will happen to you within this universe. I promise I won't change you. I won't change the universe. I won't change your free will. You will be free until you are done with your education in this universe. So you will be out of this universe. So when you are taken away from the universe, as you were brought into the universe, then you will understand that your bank account has been emptied by the scammers or whatever they call it. I don't know the technical words. Then you will realize it. So before you realize it, come and accept that your money is in your hand. Really, don't make it lost by your imagination, preconceptions. Use your human capacity. Within the order of this universe, you will understand what the reality of this universe is. That is what the Quran is giving news to us. So we are trying to understand the Quran in these lines. In our other discussions, Monday and Tuesday discussions. Now you know that Tuesday discussion, Wednesday discussion changed to Tuesday discussion. And in person also is available, inshallah. And also we will continue to record it live streaming and through Zoom. So you can, if you miss it for any reason, to organize your life, not to miss it. To me, I mean, I found it essential, important. But if you miss it, you can find it in Islam From Within webpage, inshallah. So that is what we are doing in this discussion. They will make you regret it. That's what I understood from this. They will make you regret it. If you follow the denial of your reality, you will regret it when you realize that that is the closing of the school of the universe. Finished, education finished, no way to come back and take an education. But you are given enough time. The Quran explicitly tells this. It is very human. The Quran is speaking in such a way, amazing, very human. Look, the Quran says, have we not given you enough opportunity, enough lifespan to experience it again and again, over and over again? Umar, the Quran says, Umar, have we not given you? Did I bring you to this world as a baby and take it away? You are not responsible, because I am taking the responsibility by giving you the death that you are not going to be responsible for the rest of your life. But those people who keep denying after reaching the age of maturity or adulthood, that they will be given enough opportunity to reason, think about their reality. Thank you very much. I think, well, I was looking for an opportunity to share these ideas with you. And this phrase that I highlighted gave me the reason why, if I follow Western, it means non-revelation based of understanding of this universe, which is our education system. And most part of every society is really under the influence of this culture. So the text says, you will regret it. As the Quran says, because he said here, I'm speaking in the name of, it is my heart, is speaking in the name of the students of the Quran. That is what I learned from the Quran. So I have to be satisfied. Yeah, the Quran is telling me and telling me this, and I am really aware of it. Why is it true? It should be true. That if I don't follow this message and just say I am not an animal being only, then you will definitely regret it in this world. If a person finds out that his money is in the account completely emptied, zero balance, don't you think he will regret all his trust in money? Definitely he must. We have to be realistic, inshallah. And the Quran is not really speaking imaginary word at all. Alhamdulillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. One friend joined us thinking that maybe previous time, that time changed. Sorry. Okay. The recordings are available in Islam From Within, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Anybody who has any questions, concerns, comments, whatever, before I stop the live live streaming? No. Okay. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Inshallah, I'll see you next Monday, Tuesday.